I am trying to get the hay set out, and he's going to try to tear it all up before I can ever lay it around. So I've already moved one over here. Please, son, stop. He's going to get those strings all wrapped around his head before I have time to cut them. All right, I got me a roll over here for these guys. Hey, sweetie. And then I put one over there with Moo and Carl over in there, over in that spot. Tex, stop it. You're going to mess my hay up. You ain't gonna fight me over this, are you? Oh, he's a character. All right, folks. You're seeing it here first. The very first guy we're going to introduce with our new rescue, we're going to let Moo have first shot at trying to tame and calm down Carl. So here's why I chose to put Moo in here first. So Moo is big and Moo is friendly. So I think I'm trying to do a little psychology here on Carl. I think that if Carl can see me coming in this pasture every day and loving on Moo, feeding Moo, petting, scratching, giving him rub downs, brushing him down, you know what I mean. And I think if Carl is a smart bird, he sees all of that, at some point he's going to realize that, okay, this guy, Lester, as they call him, is not so bad after all. So we are lucky that Carl doesn't need lots of water. These birds are adapted to living in dry, arid climates. Is it called arid? Mm-hmm. The Serengeti, Somalia in Africa, some of those countries that have lots of desert grasslands. And so
that's Sahara.
They're not from the Sahara, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, Jamie added Sahara to that list. I didn't know they lived in the Sahara Desert, Jamie. And I think someone's going to call you out on that one.
Where is this?
I know that I'm known for just making up stuff on a whim.
I know, I read
But
that.
by you saying that the ostrich lives in the Sahara Desert, people are going to say, wait a minute, and they're going to Google that.
It's true.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
I
Jamie,
knew I read it, dang it.
Someone sent me a shirt. A very nice person sent me a shirt that says, well, I don't need Google. My wife knows everything. So this is day number 2 with Carl. And he's getting along pretty well. He's walking around right now. He's actually closer to me than what he would stand yesterday. He's still really curious about everything. He's cautious and he's alert. But if you notice and if you watch for a little while, he will put his head to the ground and eat. So I threw out some worms for the babies, for the feathered babies yesterday. And I threw a lot over there where he's standing right now. So he's found that little stash of worms, and now he's eating on those. He's also ruffled through his Timothy grass hay. And overnight, he ate the food I poured into his food bowl. So that's good. That is good news. What worries me, though, is this. He's not drank anything yet. He's not had a drink of water at all. And I know that for a couple of reasons. Number one, I turned that water off right at the brim. There's a small leak in the automatic water filler. And so if I leave the water on, it continually overflows. It just kind of drizzles out and it puddles along the ground. So once I filled it up yesterday for him, I turned it off. And as you can see, the water has not been turned back on since yesterday, and it's still at the same spot it was when I turned it off. So that means he has not had anything to drink. Now, I worry because maybe he's scared to come underneath the barn here to get water. That's funny. Anyway, everyone is still curious. It's been 24 hours. It's been a full 24 hours, and everyone is still curious about Carl. Look at Ivy just looking. No one really knows much about Carl. They've never seen a Carl in their life. Carl's never seen a donkey or a horse either, though. So there's a lot. Jamie's right. He's probably very apprehensive about getting too close or, just moving cautious, moving slow, and that's fine. He is eating the worms, though, Jamie. That's good.
That's good news. Did
So,
you see him eat the worms?
Yeah, he was just not eating when I walked over here. He stopped when I walked over. But he looks good. He looks alert and healthy. What's all that racket? Ringo. Ringo's trying to show off a little bit. Anyway, it's not quite feed time yet, but I just got home from work and I wanted to come out and check on Carl.
Hey, no, come here. It's a horrible idea.
Yeah, we don't know how that's going to work out yet.
Come back.
A lot of people in the comments today were saying, please watch your dogs. A lot of folks were worried about the feathered babies too, the ones that eat out here. But yesterday, Carl could care less. He didn't care. Suki doesn't realize yet where she's at.
Oh, she knows her space and how it's been for so long. She doesn't realize
that Carl may not want her out there.
Yeah, he might not be a friend, baby.
I was thinking about putting Tex in here, but I thought to myself, you know what, Tex, you really can't get close to Tex. You can't touch him, you love on him, and everything else the way you can with Moo. So I'm going to start off with Moo. Also, Moo's not aggressive. Tex can be, he can get agitated pretty easily. And my fear is that if for some reason Carl gets too close or Tex doesn't want Carl, whatever, I would hate for Tex to do something and hurt Carl. Moo is a big, what they call a gentle giant. Moo could care less. Seriously, he could care less. Moo's going to actually enjoy being in here because he's going to get fed twice a day. This pasture's not really big enough to sustain an animal, so they need to be fed. There is good grass right here for now, but I'm going to continue to feed twice a day. So Moo's going to really like that because he loves food, all right? He does. And that's going to be our approach for the next couple of days anyway. I'm going to tell you something else too. I'm going to say something that I've observed. Now, Carl's only been here for 24 hours. But guys, Carl has an interest in the littles. He has walked. Listen, I'm going to walk over there and show you what he's done. He has not stopped walking along that fence line since he's gotten here. And he's walked that fence line right there with the littles so much that he's actually worn a trail down. Yeah, this is going to freak you out when you see this. So I think it might be unwise to put Carl with Tex. But I am thinking that whenever we decide to make that move, we might just have Carl come right here with these littles. Look at the trail. Now, not so much the dirt here, but look at that white area. That's where he's beating down the grass, walking back and forth along this fence line. So I don't think that it's anything with us, like not some kind of a hostility. I think that he just has more of an interest in hanging out with these guys. Because he's not walking along this. He's not hanging out over there along that back fence line. He's walking this fence line. Now, I know what you're probably going to say. Lester, it's because he knows he can jump this fence if he wants to. Okay, that's another thing. If he wanted to jump this fence, he could. So Moo and Carl. Oh no. Moo is about to go over and make the acquaintance of Carl. No, he's going to eat Carl's feed. Moo, that was for Carl. No, if you notice though, guys, watch Carl walking that fence line, looking over at our littles. It's like he wants to be in there with them. And so I know that a lot of people are going to say, Lester, don't do it. But listen, what I'm doing over here is I'm reading the animal's behavior. Our littles are not scared of Carl. And Carl's not scared of the littles. And I want to do what's going to be best for Carl. So I am going to be real tempted. Maybe by the end of the weekend, while I have everybody here to help me, I'll get Jake and Ellie, Jamie. We may go ahead and do a little, an experiment. And we'll go ahead and open that gate and let Carl. Trying to make a video here, Beverly. Sheesh. I may go ahead and let Carl in with the littles and just kind of see how everyone reacts to them being in the same pasture. And then you're going to say, Lester, wait a minute. Careful. Whatever you're doing, Lester, he could jump out of that pasture. Guys, why would he want to? That's another thing, too. Once you begin to feed, it's like when you get a dog. You know, you keep the dog close a couple of days, but once he gets familiar with you and your family, he knows he has a home there, he doesn't want to leave. And I believe that Carl will be the same way. Once he realizes that this is his new home, he's loved, there's no competition like with other males, there's a whole lot of positive things happening here. I believe that he'll want to stay. All right, so I have a problem. The ice cream truck is here. Lex has come from the four-wheeler, and I believe they want ice cream. Y'all give me a few minutes here. This is bad when the ice cream truck guy knows when you have your kids. He knows when you have your kids. He knows your weekend schedule. Hola, señor. Yo creo que él quiere algo. Mira, el burro también quiere algo. Donkey Dan came to the ice cream truck. Yo voy a incluir eso en mi video. This is funny. The ice cream truck has just drove by. The boys come running and Donkey Dan comes with them. Donkey Dan, you're not going to get an ice cream. Okay, amigo. Nos vemos. He is being very naughty. I opened the gate to move hay around. And he comes right over here to taunt and mess with Moses. Moses has not bothered you at all. Now I'm going to try to ask you kindly to go right back inside your pasture. I'll let you eat on that grass a little bit if you want to. So I opened the gate right here to move the hay in and out. And while I went by and parked the tractor, I didn't close it behind me, and he and Santana come right out. And I guess I'm okay with that because the gate over here is closed. They can't go by the road. The horses already come out. They're messing around in the front yard over there. So I'll let him stay. But what I'm not going to let him do is walk towards the back, which is what he's about to try to do right now. So I'm going to get over here in front of you and cut you off so you can't go visit Moses or Billy. Now there. Tex heard that. He is so upset with her. And look at her. Your man is right there watching you, and you're not getting past me. You're not going to go hang out with Moses or Billy. Your baby daddy is right behind you. Yeah, that's right. You might as well go right back in your pasture because being out in this yard is nothing but a temptation for you. Go back to your baby. Go back to your baby where you belong. You're a mother. Act like it. Now for you. Pearl! You've just got back from band camp. Thank you, Tex. Thank you for being a good boy. Look at that. On his own, back in the pasture. Now we get to make Pearl go back. Sweetie? Okay. You've just returned from a weekend getaway, Pearl, where you had plenty of fun. And if she don't get out, look right across the pasture there at Old Handsome and start hollering for him. People are going to talk about you and your mom. Hey, everybody knows. Is this not true? Does everybody know a mother and daughter duo who is a lot like Pearl and Mama Santana? You don't want to say any names, y'all. I know we don't want to say any names, but we all know ladies like that. You know, usually it's the other way around. If y'all think about the stories you've heard, the TV shows you've watched, the movies, your soap operas, it's normally the other way around. It's the women that are so good and sweet and lovable and just all about the family, and it's the men that are no good, man. It's the men. And it's the men having to be told what a great woman you have, and you should go home to your wife and go home to your children, and you be blessed for what you got. And in this case, it's Santana having to be told all those things. And she's probably like using an excuse, well, we met so young, and I never had a chance to experience many things in life. Which really equates to, I just want to hook up with Billy. I just want to hook up with Moses. Look at her side eye. She is side-eyeing me And now she's gonna go to that roll of hay and start beating up on it like it's his fault. She's like, I got an itch, I just can't. I'm gonna stop right now, I'm just gonna stop. Look over there at Jamie making a video of Carl. Beverly's hungry, y'all hear Beverly? Beverly is very upset. Oh, baby. She's upset because everyone else is out and she's not. All the other donkeys are out and she's not. Hey, you've turned my lights on. How did you guys do that? Come on, Beverly. Come here, baby. How did y'all do that?